Everyone wants to say hodl, hodl, hodl forever, but the truth of the matter is, as much as I love Turbo, everyone is going to take profits, or at least I think they should. Turbo is the best meme coin of all time, in my opinion, and I absolutely love it. I have the privilege of hosting the AMAs, and I am very involved in the community. I love it. The community is amazing, but at the end of the day, there will be a point where I sell my Turbo. As much as I hate to say that, it is the truth, guys. But at what levels will I look at selling? In this video, I want to calculate where I think the total market cap of crypto will go, some price examples of where I believe Turbo could go, and where I would be looking to take profits. Now, guys, this could always change depending on macroeconomical factors, what the market is doing. And of course, guys, as always, none of this is ever financial advice. I'm got slightly a degen and loves finance, so none of this is ever financial advice, and I do not recommend you doing what I'm doing. I'm just a guy on YouTube, but I do love Turbo, and we're going to get into everything Turbo and more. But first, I want to welcome you back to Freeman Finance and Crypto, where if it makes money, it makes a sense, guys. From the bottom of my heart, I am truly grateful for every single one of you. But if you're not subscribed, please pause the video, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification. Now let's get into the video. So some people have been in Turbo for over a year. If they did, they are sitting very pretty, assuming they did not sell, or if they sold at the top, they did pretty good. But the two levels I have pinned down here, guys, is this the low that I really want to hold. That is what will make me remain bullish on Turbo. It's about 0.0029. And then the high up here is the biggest resistance level we have to date, which is sitting right at 1 penny. Now, whenever we get into market cap, I think it's important to use past historical data to calculate where the market cap will go in the future. But I also think it is important to note that last cycle, we had a lot of stimulative money coming into the market. Countries all around the world were printing money, giving stimulus checks to boost the economy. And this really did give a huge drive. So that is not always something we can expect going forward, but I do think we can use some past historical data. So if we look at this, 2 cycles ago, it had a peak of total market cap of around $740 billion. And if we take a look, this last cycle peaked out at 2.8 trillion. So if we take 2.8 trillion and divide that by what were we previously, about 740, so divide that by the 740, and that gets us about a 3.78x is how much the market cap grew last cycle from the previous all-time high. So if we take a look at that and imply that our last all-time high in market cap was 2.8, that would put this current market cap at about $10.59 trillion for the overall market cap. But like I said, there was a lot of money going into the economy last time across the world from governments printing to try to stimulate the economies, and it did work. But we might not expect that this time, but I still think estimating between 8 and 15 trillion dollars is a good estimation in my point. I think that cryptocurrency is having mass adoption around the world, and the good projects will succeed. So for the point of this, let's just estimate around a $10 trillion overall market cap. And one thing I also want to note to everyone is that if we look at this is Shiba Inu, and I want to show you all how quick these things go from nothing to all-time high in a bull market. So if we look between this right here, this low here, and the all-time high, it was about 26 days. And it took only 90 days to get from this level right here back to that. So the opportunity to make a lot of money is very, very short. And I'm sure there was a lot of people back here thinking when this pulled back, oh, it's just a dip, buy the dip, it's going to keep going. And it never did. So it's very, very important to understand that in bull markets, these explode off top. They happen very, very quick. I get a lot of people asking me, can Turbo hit $1? Is 50 cents possible? Well, it's all possible, but the question is, it probable? So let's get into Turbo. If Turbo hit the previous all-time high of Dogecoin, which I do not think is going to happen, it would be $1.29 Turbo. Now, almost everyone watching this video would be very, very, very happy with that, but that is not necessarily the most common or plausible outcome, and it's not something that I will be hodling to wait until, but I do want to go over a couple different scenarios. So if we take a look at where the meme coins are right now, ranking in total market cap, I want to really go through them and tell you where I think Turbo could potentially go. So let's just say Turbo does not move up in rankings at all this cycle, and that from now we're expecting about a $10 trillion market cap, and we're currently sitting at 2 trillion. So that would be a 5x from today's price. Okay, so that would put Turbo right around 2 cents. Okay, so that is if Turbo stayed right where it was, didn't move in ranking at all, and just did the normal 5x along with market cap, completely linear. But I think that Turbo has a lot more left in the tank than that. But as always, guys, like I said, none of this is financial advice. This is just what I am thinking. But Brett, if we take a look at Brett is really a staple meme coin, and I really do put it in this tier of tier 2s. Like I say, guys, I think Doge and Shiba are tier 1s, Pepe through Brett are tier 2s, and the rest of these are tier 3s. So if Turbo just barely makes it into that spot of tier 2, then Brett currently has a 2.6x on Turbo, which is a 0.01. Okay, that's that magical 1 penny. And so if Turbo hit that slot of 1 penny and then did a 5x with market cap, that would be a 5-cent Turbo. That would still be a very nice return on my money, and I would not be sad about it. But that is what I think is the bearish case for Turbo, is barely reaching into this tier 2. But what about something like 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗩𝗡, which is at the top of that tier 2? It's a staple name. A lot of people know it. It's a really good meme. You can see that's currently sitting at almost a $1.4 billion market cap evaluation, which is about double from where Brett is. And so I really think it's important to go over these potential price allocations and where Turbo could sit. And then I really want to break down where I think would be good points to take profits with keeping all of this in mind. And so if we take a look at it, to get to where 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗡 is, that would currently be a 2-cent Turbo. And so a current 2-cent Turbo with the 5x in market capitalization would take this to a 10-cent Turbo. Still a very, very good return on money. This is not that blow off top crazy scenario, but I will also point what I think could happen at Turbo to make that possible. But a 10-cent Turbo is definitely very, very bullish. But when we look at these meme coins, what if Turbo did make it to this tier 1? What if it said, Shiba Inu, get out the way, we are here to stay? And you can see that is a $7.5 billion market capitalization right now. And even Pepe is over 3 billion. So there's a lot of money in these meme coins, but a couple big things have to happen to make this happen. So right now, 27.25x in market cap away is where Shiba Inu is from Turbo, which would put Turbo at 11 cents currently. So if Turbo took that spot and did a 5x in market capitalization, that would be a 55-cent Turbo, which would be very, very, very happy. I would be sleeping very good with that. But there's a couple things that I really do think could cause mass adoption for Turbo. And one of them is Elon Musk. If X payments would integrate Turbo into that, just think about it, guys. This is artificial intelligence. It's a good meme coin. I think Elon Musk would really, really like Turbo. We've seen memes with Beeple before that he has posted that Elon Musk has commented decided on. I know Mike the Investor mentioned that in one of his recent videos. So if any of these things happen, that could be a blow off top for Turbo and lead Turbo to that Dogecoin type realm. Now, I don't know how long I'll be waiting around for that though, because profit taking is what this video is about. So let's go back to the chart, guys. So when I'm looking at this, and like I said, my profit taking strategy can obviously change, but it would not be dumb for people who want to take profits right at this level again, because we may have a retrace. But I will say, I think this is a very dangerous game to play, especially in a full-on bull market. And I think a couple things happen when it comes to taking profits. You can't just look at the token price itself, guys, because what we have to look at is this. If we're looking here and all of these coins are going up 10, 20, 30% on the week, then we are in a bull market. Things are topped off completely. Like, it is just going. Then I probably would not take profits at that 1 penny range, right? It's way too low. But there's other scenarios where Bitcoin's crashing, everything's going down, and Turbo's a one-off pump. You can almost guarantee that that is going to retrace and retrace hard, because that's exactly what we seen happen right here, guys. Nothing else was pumping. Turbo took off, and then it retraced. But the key levels are psychological that I want to be looking at. I definitely want to be looking at the 5-cent range. Okay, so the 5-cent range I want to look at, the 10-cent range I want to look at. Okay, the 20-cent range, the 25-cent range, and then the 50-cent range is all what I want to be looking at. So when we're looking at these levels right here, guys, I do not want to have orders directly at these levels, because everyone's going to have orders at those levels. So when I look at this, I could see me selling some around 0.045, some at 0.09, some at 0.18 about. I'll get it a little bit before 20 cents, and then I would probably let a moon bag go. And so when I take a look at this, I'd probably be taking something like 25% off the table here, 25% off the table here, and 25% off the table here, guys. Now, make fun of my writing down in the comments, but like I said, all of this is subject to change. If we are blowing past all of these levels in a full-on bull market, then I might let it ride longer. But if Turbo just takes a one-off pump all by itself when the rest of the market is crashing, I may take profits earlier. But the key to all of this is I really think everyone should do what is best for you and your family. If I get to the point where I have life-changing money on the line, or something that could pay my house off potentially, and that is for the betterment of my family, and I'm not willing to lose that, then I will take profits, guys. Now, people assume I own a lot of Turbo. I do not. There's lots of people watching this video that own a lot more than I do. I'm a later investor in it. I got into it right at the top of the 3 zeros, low 2 zeros. So I did get the full recent write up, but I'm not someone that's been invested in it for a year and a half. You know, this is a meme coin that I found about 6 months ago. I got into it and I have just fell in love with it. I am all into the community. I've had the privilege of hosting the AMAs. Now, I'm not involved in any backdoor conversations or anything like that. I am literally just like you guys. I just happen to have the platform to host the AMAs, and I hope that I represent our community strong in it, because we are the Turbo Toads. But guys, I think Turbo is poised for a great run, assuming Bitcoin takes off, assuming the market cap does its thing, and that the 4-year cycle continues. I think Turbo will do great. If Turbo ever did hit the market cap of Dogecoin at the previous all-time high, I hope we all would be very, very rich. But guys, I always want to answer this question: where will I take profits? I think it's something very healthy for us to talk about. It's kind of an uncomfortable question or uncomfortable conversation. Everyone say hodl, hodl, hodl. But at the end of the day, somebody will be left holding the bag when it comes to everything that is investing, and especially in cryptocurrency. So I want to be completely transparent with all of you that it's okay to take profits when it helps you and your family, and whenever you personally think it is best for you, because I at the end of the day, this is you investing for you. You can watch YouTube, you can study charts, you can do all of that as a part of your own research, but it is your investment at the end of the day. But guys, let me know, when are you looking to take profits and how long will you be holding? I'm very, very curious to know, guys. And if you're not a part of the Free Men of Finance family, what are we doing? Subscribe. I love you all.